Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. Listen, I'm sitting here with a guy, by all means, he's a champion. He's somebody that's a motivational speaker, an actor, someone that by the time we finish this episode, you're just going to be hella motivated. The one and only Zion Clark is in the building. What's going on, fam?
What's up, man? I'm just kind of living, speaking, just kind of doing my thing out here in San Diego. It's actually been pretty cool. I've been out here about 6, 7 months now.
Oh man, that's dope, man. San Diego got the good weather, man. For me, getting you on this show is so exciting because I see people that look at your posts. They're just so motivated by what you do. For our audience right now that is listening to this, or perhaps they're watching it on YouTube, could you take us back to like the Zion growing up, right? Like, how did you get to this point where you are today?
So I'm from Massillon, and I got family in Canton, Massillon, that whole Stark County area, and over there it's a big football presence. Football is kind of just like the way people like to communicate and talk about, and it's just a giant community of people coming together, pretty much. But my
Absolutely.
story, I came up in the foster care system, and I dealt with quite a bit of abuse in these different homes, jumping around about 10 homes for the first 17 years of my life, and I was blessed with the opportunity to be adopted by my mom. Her name's Kimberly Hawkins. She's an amazing woman. She's done more than I could ever ask for, that's for sure. And, just being blessed with a family like that gave me the opportunity to really, really see what I can do and see what I can make of myself, especially with their support.
Man, that's real, man. You know what's humbling about you saying that, right? Is that it puts you in a different mind state, right? And what I like about this here, man, is that like I think sometimes when you're moving like that, you have to find peace of mind, some outlets, some things that you can do that can kind of express yourself and kind of see, okay, what else can I do? What else can I create? So as you're 17, 18, like what was catching your interest? Was sports catching your interest? You say, you come from a football town. What was really catching your interest at that time?
So when I was 17, 18, I had just came back I just ended a really crappy junior year wrestling season, winning only one match out of 20 something matches. And it's just, it was the third year that happened. The prior 2 years, I had lost every single match each year and just for some reason stayed. And, I was just kind of getting sick of that. I felt like there was only two options for me: stop wrestling, go do something else, or stay there and seek out as much help as you can get and go train as much as you can and go to as many tournaments as you can in 3 months before the next year starts. And I ended up choosing that direction. And for about 7 days a week for 3 months straight, all summer, I would wrestle every single day, train with somebody every single day, wrestle every single weekend at these tournaments. And by the time my senior year of high school came around, dude, I won my first match, and it just took off from there. I consecutively won like 18 matches in a row. Just was
Wow.
tearing it up, low key, and it was just an awesome feeling. And plus, like there's like news channels and stuff following, but like I never really like to talk. You know, like they would like it would be always an awkward experience for me
Wow. Man,
because I
this
would just
is
be so focused on wrestling and trying to get better and trying to catch up to my teammates, my friends. You know, and I finally did. And then once that happened, our team just went crazy, setting like the school record for most wins that our team's ever had in a year. Just going off. I would say that we probably had the best squad that Massillon has seen in a while that year.
Man, that's crazy, man. It's powerful too because when you look at it, right, I want you to break this down, guys. If you're listening to this story right now, my man said he wasn't winning nothing. He wasn't winning nothing at all. Nothing was happening. Nothing was working. And then when he did hit his first shot and actually won the match, he went on a streak, 18. So how important is it for our listener right now that's listening to your story? How important do you think it is to not give up on something or a goal that you're chasing after?
And it's honestly how much you really want it, and it's also a mental game. A lot of people have the ability to be absolute monsters in what they do, and sometimes those people fall short because they're not mentally strong enough. The talent's all there, the skills all there, everything's there that you need. All of the resources are there that you need. You just got to seek them out, and you just got to work hard for them. If people don't have that mentality that like, okay, this is going to be harder than I thought, and then they got to make that real. They got to realize that, okay, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work, but if I really want it, I'm going to go do it anyways.
Mm, man, that's tough,
And
man.
not and a lot of people don't, like, I feel like a lot of people have that mental block just because it's a challenge that might seem a little scary or seem intimidating. And that's the message I really try to get out to people, especially when I speak, when I'm trying to get people to really like break down that wall and move forward and progress a lot faster, because everybody has the potential to be great, you know? Everybody has the potential to be amazing in whatever they do.
Man, that's real, man. I think that breakdown, that mental strength, right? Having that, let's give the audience tips right now, right? Like someone right now, whether they're trying to go to another level in their business, whether they're trying to maybe even get a job promotion, or perhaps just trying to make it through the day. Like, what were some of those techniques, or what are some of the things that you can help us with right now for that person who's trying to learn? How do I channel that mental strength? Like, how do I get into that mind space?
I would say meditation always worked for me. Just kind of closing my eyes and really visualizing what I want to do. And so it's not technically daydreaming, but a real visualization, like walking yourself through the processes that you need to go through to get better, to progress. With me, I would always visualize myself wrestling, and then I would go train, and then I would visualize, and then I would train. Our team even did this exercise where we would have to lay on the mat, close our eyes, they turn off the lights, and they would walk us through a match, like telling us like, all right, 30 seconds left, like 30 seconds into the first quarter, 10 seconds left of the first quarter, like, and then they count down those last 4 seconds, and you're visualizing the whole match.
It's crazy.
And that worked a lot for me. And on top of that, my mom told me something that really stuck with me for a while. It's still stuck with me now. But she's like, God wouldn't have taken you through troubled waters
Mm.
if you couldn't swim. Um, and that really just, I feel like that's very powerful to me. And my mom's always like, you have to visualize what you want. And it was kind of getting the same type of messages from like my mom and my coaches. My mom also said you gotta speak it into existence. So I wouldn't go bragging to people saying like I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. I would sit by myself and just say it out loud.
Mm.
Build that confidence that you're really gonna go after what you want.
Man, I mean, the powerful, powerful tips, powerful keys, right? Visualization, say it out loud, like confidence building, all those things are important. So you go on this streak, right? You start winning, all of these wrestling matches, right? Like, what was it for you to say, you know what? I think I could take this to an even higher level. Like, what happened after you won those 18 matches? What was next for you?
No, it's crazy. So I ended up finishing my season 33-15, and that after that 18th match, I actually lost the next match,
Mm.
and I was just like, okay, this tournament's a lot harder than I thought, and I lost. It kind of was like I don't know, just kind of like hard, like I don't know, just I feel like I was getting a little too confident,
Mm.
and it kind of humbled me a bit. So
Man.
then I got back and I was talking to my coaches, they're just getting me ready, and I go out there and I beat this next guy, and then I had no idea he was like a state placer and stuff, man. It was just I just beat some guy because I didn't want to get knocked out of this tournament, And I just kept it thinking like that. I didn't know who anybody was I was wrestling. My coaches wouldn't tell me. Just
Mm,
focus on what you can do. Focus on your skill,
mm.
you know.
This is
And
powerful.
I remember I had this one match, and it was probably the toughest match. This was going to put me into the finals. And this dude, he had came back and sent this match into overtime. Took me down right at the last second, tied up the score. And I'm looking at my coaches, and he tells me, he like comes up to me, he's like, "No excuses, Z. You better go out there and win this match." He's like, "You have no excuse to lose right now." He's like, "You're gonna win right now."
Mm.
And I felt something crazy, man. I chose. Oh wait, no, we started neutral, and this man, got down in the 3-point stance, and I'm just kind of checking him out, and I'm like super focused, and he goes to jump over me to try to hit me with this move called a flying squirrel. It's just a crazy motion, just jumping over somebody, twisting your body and catching
Mm.
their arms from behind them. But he tried that, and I was able to counter and catch his legs in midair and take him down and win the match in overtime. And it was just a crazy feeling. Next thing I know, this guy's one of the top wrestlers out like in the state, and I was just like, man, like we had battled it out too. And then after that, I was like, I could definitely do something, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let's talk about that though. I think also too, if you break this down from a mental standpoint and the strength and getting preparing for whatever your battle is, your coaches got you so ready, man. Like they didn't even tell you who you were facing, and I think that's important because a lot of people right now are going through things in life, whether it's a battle, whether it's a certain situation, and they're
Mm-hmm.
thinking about like what's in front of them. You were so prepared, right? So prepared for the moment, so that when the moment happened, not only would you be successful at it, it'll be one of those matches when you look back and like, yo, I can't believe I just pulled it off, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's the preparation like for you, fam? Like, what are you doing? Like, what music are you listening to? I feel like it's like a completely different mode. Like, how's that for you?
Man, I be listening to some music. I be just chilling. Honestly, I just train as hard as I can leading up to whatever I gotta do, and even if there's nothing scheduled for that moment, I'm training because I just want to be ready. And it's like just like I said earlier, it's a mental game. Just keep pushing further, 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 further. I want to see what my limits are. You know. I want to see how far I can push my skills. So when I do step back out there, I step back up on the track. I step back on the mat. I step into the cage. I just want to be able to pull off such a dominant performance, not even knowing who I'm going against. Because in my head, it doesn't matter who I'm going against. I'm going to put out my best performance every time.
Mm. Man, I like this, man. I like the whole thought process of you, man, and how you're breaking this down for our audience right now today. I want to ask you a question, fam, and I ask this question to everybody who's ever been on this podcast, that's ever been on this show, and it's the question of the podcast, and that is, if you were that person asking yourself, school's over, now what? What advice would Zion Clark give?
Advice I would say that you're going to have to grind. Once you're done with high school or once you're done with college, it's not going to be easy. Even after I left Kent State, life wasn't easy. I had to really figure out what I was doing. I had to make connections. I had to set up a team. I had to really connect with people and like create a bigger vision. And that's a process. I didn't really start seeing a bigger amount of success till only about 3 years ago, and I've been doing a lot of this stuff for more than 3 years.
Mm,
Just be prepared to grind. Honestly, be prepared to give it all you got because the reward is even sweeter.
mm. Nothing but bars. Nothing. I should have expected from you, man. And for people that are watching, right? Like, let's talk about some things that are upcoming for you before we close this out.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw you post. I just saw you posting. I guess we could say it. You on Call of Duty. You get into this acting space. What was
Yeah.
that? What was that like for you? What can we expect from that?
The Call of Duty, man, that was awesome. I gotta thank Activision Studios. Those guys are just a great group of people, and they're great to be around. High energy, just constantly just throwing out ideas. That experience being hooked up in the mocap suit and just all those wires and vests and doing crazy motions. It was a process, man. It's hot. I'm telling you, like that is it's hot, especially under all them lights. You're wearing like this clothing that's it's like you're wearing like a for real like I felt like an armored suit to me. I was just moving, felt like I felt like a superhero, honestly. But it was just pretty cool, and just the fact that people were like, "Hey, if you have any ideas or like anything you want to throw in, go ahead and feel free to try it." And the cool thing is, one of the motions that are in there was one of me just freestyling, and I think people are gonna like it.
Oh man, listen, man. We can't wait for that. Can't wait to check that out. Ideally for you, when does that release? And then also too, I gotta ask because the
Oh, it's
audience.
out now.
Oh, it's out now. All right, cool. So
Yeah,
how do we get access to it?
You could try to go take me down right now on Call of Duty.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. You heard
Yeah.
it. It's live. It's happening. It's right now. You can go ahead and do that. Zion, for people that want more information on you, man, they want to find you. They want access to what you got coming up next, fam. Just give us, all your information and where can we find you?
If you check out my Instagram, it's big underscore Z underscore 2020. If you check me out on TikTok, it's Big Z. Uh, what else? Check me out on Facebook, Zion Clark. I'll be posting a lot of inspirational content and some cool other videos I'll be making. What else? I think that's it. And if you click on my Instagram link, you can go into my LinkedIn, and that'll give you access to my new book I released, Zion Unmatched. Just a picture expose. It's one of the top selling books on children's books on Amazon. You can get it in Target. You can get it in pretty much any bookstore. If you get it, I promise you will be inspired. That's for sure.
Love it, man. Love what you do, bro. Keep crushing it. For those of you that have been listening, always remember, dream it, believe it, go out and get it. Hey, what's up, fam? Thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. We'll see you next week here at School's Over Now What. And always remember, dream it, believe it, go out and get it.